So hi guys, good evening. So guys, today we are starting this CompTIA PenTest Plus, and before starting this course, I'll give you a short introduction about our both the programs, Red Team and Blue Team. So PenTest we are starting today. This is on weekdays, 9 p.m. And if in case somebody is interested for SOC analyst, a Blue Team basically. Blue Team we are starting on the weekend. This like our 10th January onward, we are starting the SOC analyst by EC counselor. So this is on weekend, and under the Blue Team we have certain courses like recently we finished with the CompTIA Security Plus. We are starting with the SOC, and then after that we have Splunk, and then we have a SE200, and there are some projects and all under this master program. So both you can choose. And if in case I'll talk about Red, in the Red Team we finished with CH B13 theory practical, including this iLab, and we are starting a second module which is CompTIA Pentest. So Sia, over to you. Now you can start with the day one for Pentest.
Yeah, sure, sir. Hi, all. Good evening. Am I audible? Can you all hear me?
Good evening, I can hear you.
Okay, that's great. So my name is Sia Kapoor, and I have more than 7 years of experience in cybersecurity. And like mainly my experience is towards offensive side. So I will be taking this CompTIA pen test program. So this CompTIA pen test program is not an entry level certification. So this is an intermediate cert. So yes, I hope you can see my screen. So this CompTIA PenTest Plus is basically an intermediate level certification which expects you to have at least basic knowledge in cybersecurity. And CompTIA recommends like either you like if you have done CEH or you have done CompTIA Security Plus or CYSA, then you will not be facing any problem with this content, because here we shall not be repeating the foundations which is already covered in the basic course. Okay, so in this pentest plus we will be focusing on this v3, which is the latest version by CompTIA, and here we will be understanding the entire pentest process, like whenever we are getting any project from the client, what is the first step, how we are writing NDAs, what is service level agreement, and what is code of conduct, and there are some more basic concepts before that. So mainly if I'll tell you, so there are the five major modules. So we have first one as engagement management, which carries 13% of weightage. So this module is like, so it's more towards theory, because here we will be learning a lot of important foundation concepts, like how to properly document scope of work, how we are basically gathering the entire requirement for the project, and there are some more stuff in this which we shall be talking about. Then we have reconnaissance and enumeration module. It carries 21% of weightage. Then we have vulnerability discovery and analysis. It's having 17% of weightage. Then we have attacks and exploits, so which is carrying the maximum weightage, so it's 35%. And then we have post exploitation and lateral movement. So now let's say if you are hacker, you are inside the system, so you have exploited the problem you came in the system. Now what all damage you can do and how you can pivot, means how you can just move on, like how you can infect other machines as well, if you can take their access or no. So that thing is a part of lateral movement. We call it as privilege escalation as well. So, okay. So now here, if I'll tell you, so like here mainly in pen testing, we will be covering cloud, web, IoT, and on-premise network and infrastructure PT. And this certification is very good for the people who want to start their career as pen testers or security consultants or vulnerability analyst and cybersecurity specialist. So here in this examination, you are not given any dedicated lab to solve. So you will either be having MCQ based questions, you will either be having like fill in the blank type of questions, and some interactive simulation based questions can be asked. And here If I'll tell you, yes. So the duration of the examination is 165 minutes, and you have to answer you have to just answer to get minimum 750 marks out of 900 to pass the examination. And here like we have like approximately 90 questions which are being asked. So it depends. Sometimes 85 questions are asked, sometimes 90 questions are asked, and it's like MCQ based. So in the MCQs also, let's say if you're given a scenario and if there are some options given, so it is a possibility that most of the options might look correct, but you have to select the most appropriate answer, okay, for that. And so the most appropriate answer which will be suitable for multiple scenarios has to be selected. And yes, so this examination is available in English, French, Japanese, and Portuguese. So in whatever language you're comfortable, you can just go for that. So this is an proctored exam, just like CH. So like whether you are giving it from the center or if you're giving it online. So yeah, like it's proctored. Okay. So now if I'll talk about first domain, that is engagement and management. So in this engagement and management domain, like so we are mainly focusing on to planning and scoping engagements. Here we define the legal and ethical compliance based things. We even we even understand like how we communicate with the stakeholders and how we have to do proper reporting. So that is the part of mainly engagement and management module which we will be covering. Because let's say if you have done with the pen test project, you have found out the vulnerabilities, that is fine. But if you are communicating with the client, then you have to give a presentable report. Even if for your interviews, let's say if you have never worked in pen testing field, but you are very good in documenting report, it creates a good impression, because reporting is a skill which we need to learn. Okay. All right. Now here, so in this planning and scoping, we'll be mainly learning about rules of engagement, which tells what is allowed, whether we have to test windows, what is the approval process. Then we identify the target systems, networks, applications. We determine the testing limitations and constraints, for example, downtime or production restrictions. We even establish the success criteria with the stakeholders in this scoping domain. Then if I talk about legal and compliance section, so here like we are ensuring that proper authorization is there. So whether it's like signing of the documents, we even ask for the client for the letter of authorization before starting any project. Then we need to even see, because even this pen test and the rules, it varies from country to country. If you are in India, there might be some different compliance standards and rules which you have to follow. If you are working for a UK based client, there are some different type of standards, so you need to just keep in mind for that as well. And then the main thing is we'll be understanding the mindset, like how to respect confidentiality, how to minimize the disruption, and how to avoid data misuse, which is very important. Even though it's a theoretical portion, but I believe it is the very important point which we all should know. Okay. And then we'll be learning about reporting. So fine. So yes, if you have any questions from this module one, like what happens in this, you can just tell me by raising your hand. Okay. So no worries. Like we shall be discussing in depth once we'll be starting, means from tomorrow. Okay, so now in this domain two, we have mainly reconnaissance and enumeration. So whenever we are getting any project, for example, if you have to test an iOS application, so firstly you have to gather information about the company or about the tech stack or the basic things about that particular app. So now let's say if I am a fintech, like if I am a fintech company, for example, abc.com. So firstly, you need to know about me. You will be searching for the basic information, like what tech stack we are working on, what is the main clients we are dealing with, and some other basic information you will be trying to gather. So some information can be of no use to us, but still we have to document that because sometimes we may even need to refer that. Moreover, here we basically do like passive recon and active recon. In passive recon, we are not directly interacting with the target. So means so for that iOS application, I will not be sending the request to that application. I will be firstly exploring the web, and I will be searching if there is any information available for this application onto dark web, or if there is any information for this application available onto Google or onto any search engine. And then I will be trying to see the source code onto GitHub. So all the information here is passive because we are not directly interacting with the client. Then in active information gathering, we will directly be interacting with the target. So here we shall be sending requests to the application directly, and we will be waiting for the response. So here we look for services, we even look for any misconfiguration based issue by coming inside the application if we are able to come in. So in this, so this reconnaissance is of two types, active and passive. So passive is when we are not directly interacting with the target, we are using third party sources for the research. And in active reconnaissance, we are directly interacting with our target. Okay, so we sometimes we even write our own scripts in Python, we even write our own scripts in Bash and PowerShell. So for this domain, so you do not need to be a master of this thing. So basic information, basic knowledge of Python, PowerShell, and Bash is fine. Rest we can use AI tools like ChatGPT for creating scripts for us, but we need to understand like how to modify it. Like, so whenever you're running any script, you should at least know like what you are doing. So that's why we shall be understanding the foundations of Python, PowerShell, and Bash too. Okay, so yes, sometimes we even need to customize the script. So like if you will look for any pen test level exam, for example OSCP, which is entirely hands-on, or EGPT, or any other exam. So if we are looking for any exploit code from web, sometimes that code may not work. So we need to know like where to make changes and how we can make it like workable for us. So that thing is also important. Okay. So here, okay, so now if I come on to next module, that is vulnerability discovery and analysis. So this module carries 17% of overall examination weightage. And here we will be learning about like manual and automated ways, but mainly we shall be focusing on to manual methods. Okay, so here like in this module, we have like combination of both automated and manual scans, but manual is a bit more tricky, so we shall be giving more time onto that. And for automated tools, we use Nessus, Nikto, OpenVAS. We even use Burp Suite's automated scanner. We even use like Skipfish, um, this OWASP Zap, and there are many other tools which are available in market for automated scanning. Then like once we have got the vulnerability, we will be validating that, because most of the times automated tools may give false positive data, so we shall be removing false positive. So false positive means tool will tell you that there is some problem, but you have to manually validate and see if it actually exists or no. If it's not existing, then just forget about it and move on to the problems which could actually harm the system. So yes, so here we will even be learning about SAST and DAST, which is more towards source code review. So this is static application security testing, and that is the dynamic testing. So we shall be understanding this as well. So we'll be understanding like how we can verify the vulnerability, how we can reproduce it, we can how we can cross check the results using multiple tools. We'll be even learning how we can troubleshoot inconsistent scan results which are caused by firewalls, IDS, IPS, or authentication errors. We'll even be seeing the basic of log analysis, like how through logs we can understand the problems if there is any. So, okay, so now let's come on to the next module. So this is attacks and exploits. So this module carries maximum weightage in the exam. It's 35%. And here We shall be firstly learning about some of the common network authentication and web-based attacks. Then we'll be exploiting misconfigurations. So now if I talk about network-based attacks, so can anyone just tell me any type of network-based attack you might have ever heard?
DOS.
Yes. Can you please repeat? I could not hear you. So sorry for that. Yes, so DDoS is one of the type of network-based attack. We even have like man-in-the-middle attack, like any service if hacker can exploit that, or man-in-the-middle attack, VLAN hopping. So means where hackers can just switch on to different VLAN. So there are some of the common type of network-based attacks. So there are many attacks. So here we shall be seeing some of the common tools like Wireshark, Scapy, EtherCap, um, TCP dump. Then for authentication and credential based attacks, we'll be learning about brute force attacks, dictionary attacks, pass the hash attacks, credential stuffing, pre-escalation. And here we shall be using like tools like John the Ripper, Hydra, Mimikatz, Impacket, Crack Map Execute. So there are some of the tools which we shall be using in authentication and credential based attacks. Then we have privilege escalation. So privilege escalation means when you are escalating the permissions. So now let's say if currently I am host of the meeting and you all have access to view. So you do not have access to record at your system and you do not have access to become host. So now let's say if by some way you became the host or by some way you have started the recording. So it is privilege escalation where your permission is escalated. So this pre-escalation is basically of two types, horizontal and vertical. So in horizontal, let's say if you are able to become somebody or if you are able to get get more permission who belongs to somebody in the same hierarchy. For example, let's say if Badal, Hafiz Nayak, Ramana, like so, if they are the students, and if Hafiz is able to control mic and other things of Badal, or if he is able to become Badal for some time, then this is horizontal pre-escalation because you all are at the same level right now, the same hierarchy as guest or viewers. Now let's say if you are able to become me, so I am the host. So in this case, this could be a basic example of vertical pre-escalation where you are becoming somebody who is at higher authority or at higher level than you. So this could be in systems also. So we have like some files which will be running with administrator permission. Some files will be running with normal guest user permission. So if you are able to run those files which require administrator permission, but you are not the admin, you do not have the credentials. You have done something and you have bypassed that. So it is the example of vertical level pre-escalation. Okay. So now there is like one very interesting module added here that is the emerging attack types where we shall be learning about AI-based prompt injections, model manipulation, hallucinations. So some of these attacks we'll be learning basic of like how we can craft the malicious, like how we can just craft different type of prompts and how we can confuse the model. So yes. Okay, so then we have this post exploitation module. This is the last module of this. And here we shall be seeing like now if we are inside the system, how we can maintain the long-term access by using backdoors or by using scripts or by using scheduled task means we can just write something in the cron jobs in Linux and we can just stay in the system. Moreover, we'll be learning like how we can extract the sensitive data, how we can dump the password, how we can even dump the configuration file. So yes, and for lateral movement, we'll be learning about pivoting. So pivoting means where we are using a compromised host machine as a launch point to reach other and like to other inaccessible devices. So if I have infected one PC and that PC is having right to access other PCs, so I am just getting control of other PCs as well, and I am spreading the infection. and I'm coming inside that. So that is the pivoting. So here, like we shall be using some tools like SSH tunneling. So it's one of the concept of SSH tunneling. We'll be using Metapredator, proxy chains for that, and there are some more tools we shall be talking about. Then we'll be learning about like how we can remediate the issues which might be there. We'll be learning about so there is one very important concept, that is attack narrative. So, can anyone just tell me, like, what do you understand by this term attack narrative? Anybody who wants to guess, like, what could be this term attack narratives?
How attack has been happened.
Yes, correct. So this is an entire story. Like it's a step-by-step documentation of all the actions and the results which is achieved. Like so now let's say if I'm talking to my client, so I'm just telling him, so like firstly I performed this, then this happened, then this thing happened because of security misconfiguration issue or maybe because of the use of default credentials. Then I came in, then there was some then I noticed that the Linux or the Windows version was outdated. I looked for the exploits, I came in the system, and then I tried to look for the malicious binaries. I came in and then I exploited the system and I became the root. So entire process I am explaining all the actions, like, and because of what this might have happened. That thing is an attack narrative. We even document the remediation report where we have written like proper, like, and the clear actionable fixes for vulnerabilities which are exploited. So yes, so they are the main things which we will be talking about. And here, like you will be mainly learning about planning, scoping, executing the pen tests. You will be able to conduct the recon and vulnerability analysis. You will be able to exploit vulnerabilities ethically, and how to communicate with the client, and how to work on the defenses. Because if you are telling somebody that there is some problem, at least the basic thing you should know how to patch it. So we are not developers. We cannot be 100% proficient in that field, but at least basic thing we need to know. Means at least like so. For example, if somebody told me, let's say their IoT cameras got compromised by Mirai style botnets. So there is one case study of Mirai style botnets. So like you should study that once. So like it's a type of malware, you can say, which infects IoT based cameras. Okay, and they used to hijack and compromise IoT devices, and then they used to infect company networks as well. So now the common reason why this malware was able to come in is the use of default passwords, use of telnet, and even if connection is established through SSH, the password is very, very weak. It's easily guessable. So there are some of the things. Okay, so basic remediations and basic cause we should be able to communicate and document. So it is the main objective of this module. And yes, so after this you will be able to, like, so now see, not every, so like, so training from any certification, not every certification guarantees that you will be able to land in any of these job roles. But but see, so like it entirely depends on to you. So it's always 40% of trainings and 60%, more than 60% of your efforts. Because even after the course is completed, you have to read the book. You even have to search internet to go in depth, and just do the research. So that will even help you. And then it's your task to make the list of like to make your own notes. So I shall be sharing notes as well, but even you have to like make notes by your own self, because that will help you more. Okay. So yes. So this course is entirely hands-on, and this exam is performance-based, and MCQ type of questions will be asked. And here, like, we'll be discussing. the modern technologies like cloud, IoT, and AI too. And it's globally recognized and approved by Department of Defense. And so there are some other certs which are entirely theoretical and some are entirely practical. So this course is in between. So this is neither 100% theoretical and it is neither 100% hands-on labs. So this will help you in in communicating pen test related things and and will be helping you in performing the basic pen test related tasks. Okay, because see, it's an intermediate level exam, and if you will go for high end certification, which will be entirely hands on, like OSCP or OSEP, so that will help you even more to to get a job into red teaming or in the pen test field. Okay, so yes. So till here, if you have any questions, you please tell me. Okay. And if you have no questions, then I would like you all to just come on this try hack me. And in this, so this is Try Hack Me. This is one of the online lab platform which you all can access. So you can sign up on this for free. So just sign up with your Google account, and so there are so many hacking environments and like basic type of labs here onto this platform. So for now, we are about to solve one, that is vulnerability. So this vulnerability, I'll just look for vulnerability. So this lab I did long back when I was preparing for my GPT exam. So it's a good lab and it's free of cost available on this platform. So you can just see this. It's Try Hack Me. Just visit the site, go to search bar and then search for vulnerability. Okay. Uh, is my pace fine? Please tell me, everyone.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So now once you will come on this site, you have to, so here I am showing you a tag box because my Kali may lag. So let's open a tag box. You all can access this. Okay. So in your laptops, you can just do it. And if you don't want to do even, it's fine. You can just see what I am doing. So I'm just giving you a basic overview, like how a basic pen test happens. Okay, so this Vulversity is a web-based application, and where its server is Linux based. And here we shall be learning about active reconnaissance, web application attack, and privilege escalation. So this is a fully fledged combo. I should say for every beginner to to just understand. So it's taking some time. Even you all can just do it. So once you will start the attack box, you have to come down and then you have to go to deploy the machine and you have to start the attack box. Sorry, start the machine. Okay. So here I'll just show you. So it's already saying that please allow the VM 4 to 5 minutes to fully boot. And so now here we have some mini questions like firstly, we'll be connecting with the machine, then we will be scanning the box. So this Nmap is one of the tool used for network and vulnerability scanning. And so, yes, so mainly Nmap is used for network scanning, but there are a lot of advanced scripts in Nmap which will be helping you in scanning for vulnerabilities as well. So there is one concept that is NSE, Nmap scripting engine. You can visit web for the same and just explore that. So they have even properly documented. So now here we have the questions like how many Nmap cheat sheets online you can use to, okay. So we have to just come from here. Scan the box and how many ports are open. So this box is attack box is open. Now I'll just start the machine. Okay. So this will take only 1 minute to get open. Yeah, so meanwhile, I'll just show you what type of questions we will be seeing. So firstly, in the recon, so it's entirely an active recon process where through Nmap we are finding out what ports are open, what is the squid proxy version running on the machine, how many ports will Nmap scan be, how many ports are from 0 to 400 which are there, And then like what's the most likely OS this machine is running. So we have these machine based questions. So we'll be able to solve them only once it's started. Okay. So we have got the IP address. So now let's copy. And so like mainly like for our sessions, we shall be like starting VPN file. Like we will be downloading VPN file and then we shall be sending that to our Kali. We will be running VPN file every time to access the labs because that is faster. But for now, since I want everybody to be on the same pace, so I guess it's better. So now let's open the terminal. Now, firstly, I'll just ping the IP and I'll see if it's all reachable or no. So it's 10.80.172.10. I'll just type. So it's 10.80.172.10. So now let's see if it's reachable. Yes, so perfect. We are able to ping it, means it's reachable. Now, first thing what we have to do is we have to run the nmap scan and like by this way. So nmap -sv and then this is the IP. So I'm just giving nmap -sv. So this is a command for service version scanning and I'm just giving the IP here. So now here we can just see, okay. So now it's showing that here the host is up, but we have not got any port. Okay. So now let's run the normal nmap scan. Okay. So now I guess like it's saying all the ports are closed. I'll just scroll up because, okay, so my IP is 80.172.10. It is fine. Okay, so now let's give the option -pn. Okay. So like, so there is some issue coming with this in the configuration. So no issues. So now like we can just proceed with the stuff here. Okay. So now I'm just coming on to new tab. So has anybody opened this lab? Am I audible? Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
now, yeah, so if you have opened, then I guess if you have run the nmap scan, you can see the results. So if I'm just giving the IP again, so it's 10.80.172.10 and then -pn. Like I just wanted to run. Let's see. Okay, so now it'll work, I guess. Perfect. So here, I hope you all can see that we are seeing port 21 as open, 22 as open, 139 as open. So they all are the, so some of them are the open ports. And we can see like here, we even are seeing the host script result where we can see NetBIOS name IP and message signing enabled but not required. So here, so like mainly we have got open ports, we shall be trying to connect with them and we will be seeing like what service is running for them. So before that, if I scroll down, I can see onto port number 3128, I have HTTP proxy, that is Quid HTTP proxy 4.1. Like some version is here, and onto port number 3333, I have HTTP port running. I'll just maximize it and open this in the new browser. That will increase visibility. So full screen, it's not opening, but it's now if I'll show. Okay, so this is the only option we have. Okay. So there is some issue coming with this try hack me team only because I can see like it's not able to connect to the server. Um. Okay. Can anybody like are you able to access this or no? Please confirm. Is the room accessible? Okay, so it's
Currently,
not
I'm viewing from
accessible,
it.
right? Okay. Somebody told me it is not accessible. Um. Okay, no worries. So if we are not seeing this room, I will terminate the machine and let's move on to some different machine. That is a very simple one. So the name of box is Pickle Rick. So we shall be learning about advanced concepts as well. But since it's a machine which everybody can understand, we will be going to it. And let's see like if it's working or no. Sometimes these Triacme and ActiveBox platforms, they like so their like server may collapse. So we have to wait for it. Yes, so meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can just ask me because this will take some time to get loaded. So here if I'll just explain you mainly. So with every machine, if we are solving any real life project or if we are onto like any machine, we firstly do reconnaissance. And like here, like we even look for the source code. Like if I have any site, for example, if this is my target site, so we shall be just going to view page source earlier, and then we can just see if in the source code we have like some sensitive information or no. So sometimes we may have something important and sensitive here. Then here if I'll show you, I have one extension in my laptop that is Vaporizer. So this Vaporizer tells the tech stack. So it's a passive recon tool which is really very helpful. Even though for your labs and for and like whenever you're doing web PT or like or any uh, assessment for any web-based application, you like so it's a must-have tool. So here I can see like onto this university platform, I have what all tools for analytics. So I have Facebook Pixel, Google Analytics, GA4, Hotjar, HubSpot Analytics. Then like it's using reCAPTCHA for security and they are the other elements. Okay. So sometimes we may even find the version and we can look for the version specific vulnerability. So now in this case, if we have this JavaScript library core.js 3.32.2, we can just copy it, means the name, it's 3.32.2, and then we can just look on the web for the flaws. So here if I'll just show you, so JavaScript 3.32 point some, let's say it's any version, and then we are just looking for vulnerabilities. And if there is any vulnerability, so like here we can see onto this version, there is no direct vulnerability. So if there is any vulnerability, we can just see here. So there was like one issue which was encountered in the year 2018. So we can just go to like these platforms like Synac and we can check. So this will tell the like there are no direct flaws, but we can even scan for indirect vulnerabilities. And if I'll go to all the version of this package, we can see if previously any issue is reported here or no. Okay, so it is one of the tool for passive information gathering. Okay, so now I'll just start this as well. So now, like just like this tool, onto like my like toolbar, I even have some more extensions like hack tools. So this is an extension which is very helpful if we have to use any, like if we have to just copy paste any reverse shell payload anytime, if you want to take PHP based reverse shell, or if you want to take stable shell, or if we need to find some Linux commands which will help us in searching for the misconfiguration things. So uh like we have like commands for that. And here if I'll show you, same we have for PowerShell for enumeration, and like for hunting for LFI. So we have some of the common directory traversal techniques here. So it is a very good application like extension. So like even it's a must have one. If you are doing network pen testing or any type of pen testing, you should have it. Reverse like this app tools extension. Okay, so let's see if I am able to get the IP or no. Okay, so now let's see. So it's 10.81.149.167. So open the terminal and let's ping. So it's 10.81.149.167. It's reachable. So now let's copy it. Let's go to browser and let's explore. So here like we can see that this type of web interface is coming up. So firstly, like we shall be inspecting the source code. So I'm just pressing Control U and here I can see the source code. Now in this source code, I have the note to self remember username. Username is this one. So most of the times, you will not find it, but we cannot assume anything in security. We have to inspect and we have to check everything. Sometimes even cookies can be reused. Sometimes even session IDs can be reused. So we have to like try everything. Okay. So here we have got a username which is mentioned in the source code. It's this name of the person. So sometimes it may work also, it may not work as well. So we have to just make notes and we have to keep on documenting everything. Now, okay, so here also like we can tell this vaporizer and we can inspect the source code, but since it's in the lab environment, it's not required, but we shall be using this in our Kali, and for that thing it is required. Okay. Then let's run the nmap scan. So it's nmap, and then let's paste this. Not this. So it's nmap and the IP. So I'll just type again. So it's 10.81.149.167. So we can see that only two ports are open, like port 22 and 80. Now let's look for the directories. For directory searching, I love this tool. It's their search. And here, like I'm just giving -u and then I have to define the URL. So it's this. So we have to give the IP. Let's paste. So this directory is the endpoint of the URL. So if in this URL, I will talk about tryhackme.com room pickle rig. Room is a directory, pickle rig is a directory, and tryhackme.com is a domain name. So here we are waiting for directory to come. So like this research is using its inbuilt word list for the same. In most of the tools, we have to give our own word list. Okay, and even word list we can generate by our own. Word list we can even download from any source online. So we have got one word list, that is, so we have got one directory, it is assets. So meanwhile it's looking for other things. Let's come here and let's look for assets. So here we have got we have got some more files like bootstrap, fail.gif, portal.jpg, like this. And if I'll minimize it, we have even got one more page, that is login.php. So here, so now it is not a possible, see, so sometimes what can happen, you may not see all the directories by visiting the links which are on the web page. Sometimes we have to use these tools because some of the directories might be there which the developer has not mentioned onto the page. So here we had like login.php, and I'll just visit that login.php. So this is a login page which is coming up. Okay. Yes. Yeah, so for this thing, Hafiz, you can talk to Gaurav sir or networking's team for the same. Okay. So now if I will look for source code here on this page, I can see the username, password, and if I'll come here, so here in the username and password, so username, I can give that username which I got earlier, that was Rick Rules, this one. But for now, we do not have the password. So I give the username here, and so now this is a login page. Here we have nothing for now. And if I will look for directories, we have got one more directory as robots.txt. I'll just copy it, and if I'll go to the browser, and if here I'm just looking for robots.txt. So here we have something random. Okay, so we are not sure what is this. We have to just keep it with ourselves. So this could be helpful, and this could not be. So for now, I have just copied it, and let's try this random characters on this password and then do login, so we can see that we are logged in. Okay, so we have like motions. So it's a different page which is a command panel, and if here I am running ls and if I am executing, so I am able to see the system based information. So this is vulnerable to operating system command injection flow, where I am injecting the OS related payloads in this input field, and I am able to retrieve the data which belongs to the server. Okay, which is these files and other things. So this is how like we just start, like we just look for the source code, we look for technologies, we look for all the directories, and then we try to like and then we just like try to like test everything which we can. So since we have the command panel, we can test for command injection, we can test for SQL injection, we can even try for HTML based injection, XML injection here. So injection means to inject something or to insert something. If you are able to insert OS command and that is executed, so it's vulnerable to OS injection. Same for SQL, same for HTML, and same for any other vulnerability. Okay. Yes. Okay. So like okay, so I guess we should not solve the machine fully. Uh I would love to know like your backgrounds, like means like how many of you are working in cybersecurity, and if you are working in, then in which field? Yes. So can we have a brief discussion onto that, so that I can understand everyone's background? Like anybody of you, like just either type to me in the chat box, or just like use a mic to communicate if you want to. Yes. So if no, if you want to discuss, you can, and if no, then we can. Yeah.
Hi.
Yes. Hello.
Uh, My name is Ramana, and I am into cybersecurity.
Okay.
Uh, I am in. My designation is like information security analyst.
Mm-hmm.
I'm beginning my career, so
Okay.
I would like to know deeper in this field.
Okay, understood. So means like actually I want to understand like because see here we shall not be understanding everything from level zero. So I want you to have at least some experience in cybersecurity. Like if you do not have then just like try learning about CEH or